This video report is brought to you in association with Halcyon, the classic 95-foot Bermudan ketch built in 1929, which is now available for charter.
Ben Rogerson is one of Cowes' most promising young sailors. Starting at an early age, Ben first got into sailing when he was 10.
It's my mum really. First of all, she got me a course down at the Island Youth Water Sports Activity Centre in Cowes. It was a really kind of friendly place to start sailing at 10 years old, and I spent quite a few years there actually, going up through the courses and teaching before getting into racing. My passion for sailing kind of shaped everything I wanted to do.
When Ben was at school, he was really interested in design and technology, and always to do with boats. That's all I can say really, because it was just so focused on the sailing.
Ben, he was always determined, always into sailing,
Yeah.
always coming home at evening after school to come and do a bit of racing. We used to go out sailing at school with our teacher. I was always into his design side of it as well. He's always had a big drawing board up in his room, wanting to do sketches and drawing boats, and well, that's pretty much what he was like, just boating orientated.
Just sailing is my life, is what I really enjoy, and it just keeps me focused, and it's pretty good because I think if I wasn't interested in sailing, I wouldn't have got myself to university and things like that.
Growing up in Cowes clearly played a large part in Ben's desire to sail, and there have been many key people who have inspired him along the way, including other Cowes-based sailor, British Vendée Globe skipper Brian Thompson.
People that have influenced me, there's so many really. People I look up to are like Brian. It's just amazing that he's helping out. It's blown away each time he helps me out on the boat, gets involved and helps me out with little bits and pieces. It's crazy. And other big one is obviously sailing with Andy Castle, like since I was a nipper as well. That was a big thing.
I sailed with Ben in the 8-metre World Championships in Norway, and he was the foredeck. We have done the Sonar Nationals 2 or 3 times, and we've sailed in Darings together, all sorts of boats. But I have to say that over the years he has grown up enormously and become a lot more hardened to the racing world.
I got to know Ben over 10 years ago here in Cowes, sailing around locally. The sailing we've done together has been larger keel boats, in fact, like the FAR 45, the TP 52, where he was doing bow mostly for projects that I was involved in. Ben as a sailor is a fantastic yachtsman. He has a real sense of urgency. His skill level is extremely high. And he's just a pleasure to be with as well.
Ben first read about the Mini Transat Race when he was 15 and was determined there and then that one day he would compete in the race.
Well, I thought it was something he'd want to do when he was 15, that he might grow out of. I mean, it's his dream. He hasn't grown out of it. It's not a mother's dream to take up solo sailing, but of course I'll back him with whatever he wants to do. I've
always wanted to do the Mini Transat, and it's just trying to find a way of doing it has been the kind of the big thing. So I thought when I was a kid, I thought I'd go off and work in boat building, brilliant. I'd be able to build my own boat, design my own boat. That'd be fantastic. And it's just finding the cash to do that. It's quite difficult because they're expensive boats to build.
Ben's passion for design technology took him to university to study yacht design. And after leaving university, Ben went on to work in the boat building industry. Continuing to sail on large boats, Ben's passion for sailing grew, and he decided he wanted to sail solo around Britain and Ireland in a first step towards his Mini Transat dream.
Coming back last year from building the TP, I was thinking I've got to get out and do this while I still can. I'm kind of prepared for it. So I was trying to rack my brains how I can go about this, and the only way I could think of was, okay, I need to charter a boat and just get out sailing, and get on the scene. So how do you do that with no money? And so basically I spent a lot of time walking around marinas, and then I found this boat, and it was looking pretty sorry for itself over in Gosport, and it was pretty bad. All the stanchions were bent over and the paintwork was chipped. So I started emailing the owner. We struck a deal that for me to have use of the boat for a year as a charter, I'll do the refit, which was kind of perfect.
Ben spent many hours working on Mini Minx, but he also had a lot of support from friends and family.
Ever since he's got hold of the boat, I've been helping him out every now and again. Just about everything I've been helping him with, mainly his electronics and bits and bobs. Prior to that, I was helping him scrape all the old paint off, because apparently the boat used to be green and blue and all sorts, so we've just been stripping the whole boat back and getting it ready to be resprayed and basically rebuilt.
The Medina yard has been fantastic, just letting me have space there, and the guys have been really helpful, just moving the boat around whenever I need it, turning it upside down with me to respray it. So yeah, I've got to the point where I've got a boat which has cost a bit to get there, but it's not as much as I would be paying for a charter, so it means I can get on the scene, so it's great.